Shalom. Uh, First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Wakakadash, Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out of the earthquakes in diverse places as of November the 9th, 2025, on this Sunday. Yep, on this Sunday afternoon. And you had this is from newsweek.com. It says news article published November the 9th, 2025 at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it reads, dozens of earthquakes rattle Japan after a tsunami warning canceled. At least 25 earthquakes have struck off the coast of Japan in the last 24 hours, which some reaching a strength of a 6.0 in magnitude. And it says the largest in the series was recorded as a 6.8 magnitude and prompting a tsunami warning in the latest several hours before being canceled. It says according to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, the quake range. It says the quakes range in strength from 4.5 magnitude, with many reaching magnitudes over a 5.0 that could cause damage or possible loss of life. The cluster sat about 75 miles off the coast, Alouette Prefecture, with one earthquake striking further north in the Hidayako Prefecture. Why it matters. Japan sits atop in the Pacific Ring of Fire, which the Pacific Ring Plate interacts with the several others, such as the Philippine Sea Plate and Euro-Asian Plate, and Titanic setting generates around 1,500 earthquakes per year in Japan. Roughly 18% of the world's seismic activities, making it the most earthquake-prone countries globally. It says that most earthquakes in Japan could also trigger a deadly tsunami and widespread destruction, as witnessed in 2011, when a 9-point magnitude quake led a catastrophic loss of life and a natural disaster in Fukushima. It says Japan complex coastal line vulnerable to tsunamis. Tokyo's foreign minister has said, what to know, a strong earthquake, initially a magnitude of a 6.9 in the depth of 12 miles, struck off the coast of Japan, Alouette Prefecture, at 5:03 p.m. local time on Sunday. The USGS Japan Meteorological Agency's JMA reported the event, which prompted a tsunami advisories in the affected region. Officials warned that the tsunami's wave could reach up to approximately 3.2 feet, or were later observed at lower levels. It says that the authorities downgraded the initial tsunami warning to a forecast, meaning only slightly a level change were expected. About 3 hours post-quake, minor tsunami activities were recorded within the waves that reached around 8 inches of Kujal and Alpronto, along with the Alouette coast. Residents were instructed to keep away from the coastal areas until further notice, according to the JMA. What people are saying. Japanese Prime Minister wrote on X on Sunday at around 17:03. An earthquake was the epicenter of the Sariku coast occurred, and it said that its intensity 4 was observed in the Alouette prefecture of the Maogai prefecture at an information lesson room has been immediately set up in the Prime Minister's office. A tsunami advisory has been issued, so please evacuate away from the coastal immediately. The tsunami that may arrive later could be larger than expected, so please stay alert and further information additional aftershocks are possible. So please remain cautious of any strong shaking. It says what happens next. Authorities in Japan has lifted the tsunami advisories, but continued to urge vigilance for further aftershocks in the coming days, with the JMA noting uh, risk of significant tremors remains highest within 2 to 3 days of post-quake. Right, so you had a large 6.9 earthquake hit over there in Japan, and then after that it was like 25 aftershocks of earthquakes, range from 6.0 to over 5.0, as I read that news article. So that's a sign that we're going to see the Heavenly Father visit this earth with these earthquakes in diverse places. So I'm going to go to the latest earthquakes. And I believe it was another news article that had multiple earthquakes over there in the Bay Area, but they were small, amounts though. It says a small earthquake struck San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah, this is from San Francisco Gate, published 6 hours ago. It says at least 8 earthquakes rattled the Bay Area on Sunday. Yeah, 3.8 earthquake 1 mile from San Rama, California. Yeah, that was a multiple round of earthquakes over there in the Bay Area, even though they were small amounts. So, and this is from the earthquake.usgs.gov for the latest earthquakes. And you had a 5.4 earthquake in Yargo village of Guam. 4.9 earthquake recorded 117 kilometers east of Maliko, Japan. 5.1 earthquake 144 east of Yamada, Japan, if I pronounced that right. And then you had a 3.0 earthquake southeast of San Juan of California, and another 3.0 San Juan, California, that's over there in the Bay Area. 3.2 earthquake in San Juan, California. Well, that's 3.2, I meant to say. And you had right, these are aftershocks of earthquakes of that 3.8 earthquake hit over there in San Juan of California, ranging from a 2.8 all the way into a 3.7. Then you had a 4.4 earthquake east of Maliko, Japan. Most likely that was the aftershock of that large earthquake hit over there in Japan. That was a 6.9. And 2.5 earthquake recorded 77 kilometers west to southwest of Kalivak of Alaska. 4.5 earthquake recorded 138 kilometers east of Yamada, Japan. 4.3 earthquake recorded 114 kilometers north of northwest Alexandria, Vanuatu. 4.8 earthquake recorded 65 kilometers west of San Antonio de Libres of Argentina. 4.5 earthquake recorded 127 kilometers east of Yamada of Japan. Another 5.0 earthquake east of Yamada of Japan. Another 4.8 east of Yamada of Japan. 4.4 east of Yamada, Japan. 4.5 in that same region. 4. Right in that same region over there east of Japan of Yamada. Then you had a 4.9 earthquake recorded in the Pacific Arctic Ridge. 2.8 earthquake recorded 83 kilometers north of San Juan of Puerto Rico. 4.9 earthquake recorded 128 kilometers east of Maliko, Japan. 4.4 earthquake recorded in the Fuji region. 3.3 earthquake recorded 35 kilometers northwest of Collier, Alaska. Then you had a 3.9 earthquake recorded 190 kilometers east of Altok of Alaska. Then you had a 4.5 earthquake recorded 124 kilometers east of Yamuda of Japan. 4.8 earthquake recorded 62 kilometers southwest of Hanchiquito, Alto of Puerto Rico, if I pronounced that right. Of Peru, I meant to say. You had a 4.5 earthquake recorded 119 kilometers east of Yamuda, Japan. 4.0 earthquake recorded 186 kilometers east of Alto, Alaska. 5.4 earthquake recorded 173 kilometers south and southeast of Valley Chin of Russia. 5.2 earthquake recorded 137 kilometers east of Yamudia of Japan. And another 4.6 earthquake recorded 134 kilometers east of Yam or Yamada, Japan. 2.7 earthquake recorded 8 kilometers west to southwest of Colquitt of Oregon. 5.2 earthquake recorded 126 kilometers east of Yamuida, Japan. 3.7 earthquake recorded 195 kilometers east of Alatoka of Alaska. Then you had a 4.8 earthquake recorded 8 kilometers Alatoka of Alaska. 5.7 134 kilometers Malayako, Japan. 4.6 earthquake in Japan. 4.6 earthquake in Naburi, Indonesia. 5.0 earthquake recorded in east of Japan. 5.4 once again east of Japan, and that large 6.4 over there east of Japan. 5.2 over there east of Japan, another 5.6 east of Japan. So these was a large total of 25 aftershocks of that major 6.9 earthquake in that region. And then you had a 2.6 earthquake 47 kilometers south of Glacier View of Alaska. 5.9 earthquake 127 kilometers east of Yamuda, Japan. 5.5 earthquake east of Yamuda of Japan, and that large 6.8 over there. 126 kilometers east of Yamuada of Japan. 4.0 earthquake recorded 102 kilometers east to southeast of Dog, Alaska. 4.5 earthquake recorded 123 kilometers east of Maui-Yako, Japan. 2.5 earthquake recorded 19 kilometers west of Ala Vista, California. 2.8 earthquake recorded 9 kilometers southeast of mainland Texas. 4.5 earthquake recorded 26 kilometers east to southeast of Santa Mira, Champola, Mexico. 3.4 earthquake recorded 139 kilometers north of San Juan, Puerto Rico. 2.7 earthquake recorded 7 kilometers southeast of Ridgely, Tennessee. 5.5 earthquake recorded 147 kilometers east of Port Bell, India. 4.9 earthquake recorded Central East Pacific Rise. 4.5 earthquake recorded 29 kilometers south of Seishuja, Rakoko, Japan, if I pronounced that right. 2.8 earthquake recorded. Also, those are the latest earthquakes as of November the 9th. Got that Luke 21. And this is the Gospel of Luke 21 and verse 11. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be in heaven. Right, so we're going to be seeing these modern day uptick of increasing of earthquakes in diverse places. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying of the recent earthquakes in diverse places as of November the 9th, 2025 on this Sunday afternoon. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Kadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'Hashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kadash Luton. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Akwaf. Until next time, I would say Shalom.